Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Clemson is going to kick the shit out of the South Carolina Gamecocks probably for the next 10 years every time they run across each other.
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
The South Carolina Gamecocks are weaker than a plate full of piss.
The Rob and Kale podcasts.
Let's go. And welcome into the Rob and Kale podcast. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening on the show. We got a lot of good things I think we're going to talk about tonight. We are going to do something completely different to start the show here in just a second. But first, I want to welcome into the program the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. He is you could throw a rock from his house and hit Death Valley. I think.
Welcome to the Rob and Kale podcast. Rob Sanders.
Some would be in
my bad. Anyway,
what in the fuck are you doing?
I hit the wrong fucking button because I'm a moron. But welcome into the show, Mr. Kale Hall.
Quit being so damn jumpy. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, you could hit a rock or you could throw a rock from my house and hit Death Valley. Fortunately, I've gotten a whole handful of those son of bitches a few times and thrown them over that way. And I've made landfall on every one of them on a warm summer's day with the breezes blowing just right. You can smell the cow shit coming from the sorority houses and all that good stuff. So I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Should be a good edition of the Rob and Kale podcast live recording. I believe our friend has something to talk with us about tonight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I tell you what, look, first of all, we got to thank our sponsors really quick here, and then we're going to take care of, we'll explain something special that happened here that I never thought would happen. First of all, let's thank Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia, Highway 1 diagonal from the Walmart. Hey, go by, get yourself retro video games, great food, good people at Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Also, we have Dennis Wilson from DNC Trucking and Transport. Dennis sponsors the show all year, and I want to make sure we put that out there. And he sponsors Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. And Uncle Jackpot has a story for us. Go ahead, Jackpot.
Yeah. All right. And I wanted to filibuster on something real quick. Sucks to be a Gamecock. Dennis said I need to be more enthused when I read these, or he is going to tase me in my balls. All right. First of all, nothing's touching my balls but me and whoever I deem necessary to touch them. And I don't deem Dennis Wilson necessary to touch them, but I appreciate the invitation. It's hard to get excited when facts hit the program like Clemson has more football wins in Columbia than my piss-poor team has in the series. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson.
You'd think that an imaginative entrepreneur like Dennis, who's done some great things, no doubt, would be able to come up with something else. My God, I've been reading the same thing forever.
You just need to be reminded because it's something you don't like to think about.
I've been reading the same thing forever. Hey, something real quick. Sure. I was watching, I was watching baseball on Sunday, college baseball, that variety, and the Gamecocks dropped another game, not the one last night that they dropped, because they've been dropping them like crazy lately. They dropped the game to Arkansas, lost 2 out of 3 against the number 3 team in the nation, no doubt. But I was just watching Arkansas and the way they act, and you don't really get to see them up close personal, because Gamecocks really don't play them a lot in football, and in basketball it's so, and you're not really focused on the crowd in basketball games because the action's so fast paced. But just looking at their fans, and I don't understand why Clemson and Arkansas aren't better friends, or they're not friends at all. They don't really socialize, but I mean they have a lot in common. If they put them on a dating profile, side by side, I mean, it would be like almost like a 100% match. I mean, they're both in the middle of nowhere. They both are below the bar academically. Both, got a lot of ugly women, both in the stands and in the fan base. And both campuses probably reek of something that will cringe your nose hairs out. So, I mean, Clemson and Arkansas, yeah. I mean, there's your best buds.
Bulldog 1776 with a super chat says, Jackpot, please, y'all beat Florida this year. I mean, Jackpot might suit up. He could block better than the offensive line that went out there last year. I guarantee you that.
Well, I'm going to say something here, and it's a fair assessment. Gamecocks bringing in four-star offensive lineman, true freshman Marquis Anderson, number one recruit in the state, from Dorman High School in Spartanburg, South Carolina, just a few miles over that way, across the county line, and Big Tree Babalade out of the Delmarva area. These guys are true freshmen. Dude, I mean, everybody says, well, you can't start true freshmen on the offensive line. You can't let them play. They got to learn the playbook. They got to do this. They got to do that. They got to do the other. Why? Why the fuck? What the fuck do they have to learn? Everybody's got to learn the new playbook, right? It's a new offensive coordinator. I mean, would you agree with that? Would you agree with that?
Are you asking me?
Clemson started Mitch Hyatt as a true freshman. There's been a handful of true freshmen who started at offensive line positions. So I don't know what these guys are 4 stars. I mean, let's put the pedal to the metal, put it to the test right now. And if you think that some of these juniors and seniors are going to be piss poor and they're not going to be able to block a damn nosebleed, I mean, let some of these guys get out there and play like now. Fuck it.
I agree with you, Jackpot. Some good stuff there. All right, so I put the link.
It's true that that's just like being the overwhelming. Oh, we just don't touch this. True freshmen don't start on the offensive line anywhere because you got to learn the playbook. Everybody's got to learn the playbook. It's a new offensive coordinator. It's Rudy Bob time, bitches.
Oh Jesus! So Colby's waiting. We'll get to him in a moment.
No, not Jesus, but the next best thing.
I agree with everything Jackpot said. Regardless of the position, freshmen are coming in and they want to play. And you know what? If you don't play them, they're going to fucking transfer. So you got to get them out there. Simple as that.
Andy Hall over in the comment section says, went through Fayetteville, Arkansas a few weeks ago. Actually, a very cool town, much better than that Clemson shithole. Andy's from the upstate of South Carolina, so, I mean, he'd know. I trust your judgment, sir. Arkansas's actually got a leg up on you.
So let me set this up really quick, Jackpot. What was it? A couple weeks ago, a week ago, something like that. I think it was last Wednesday. There was a gentleman, I can't remember who it was, that wanted me to read things about Clemson. And he's a Gamecock fan, and he thought he could get away with, okay, I'll send a little bit of money and Rob will read this or whatever. I wasn't going to piss on the sponsorship of Dennis Wilson, who sponsors the show every single year.
Rob, I don't mean to interrupt you, but before this scrolls away, can I ask you a question? Would you agree with this? Okay.
Sure.
Elijah, Tennessee fan, says, offensive linemen are a developmental position. If you're depending on a freshman coming in, you're in bad shape. Like, what do you think Clemson's record was the year Mitch Hyatt started as a true freshman, just off the cuff?
They won the national title.
Okay. Was that bad shape?
No, that's not bad.
Okay.
You can't watch a Tennessee national title in HD, so Tennessee fans shouldn't really run their mouths.
Did you watch it in color?
I think you can watch it in color, but it's grainy.
It's on a beta or VHS?
Betamax.
Oh, okay. Shit, I can't play that anymore. I sold my yard sale a couple years ago. Oh, well.
But here's the thing, though. There is someone sent something in, and it was a bunch of bullshit. But being the good sport that I am, I said, you know what? I will read that just because I'm a man of the people, trying to look out for the folks that are out there that listen to the show.
I mean, now, let's not get twisted, okay? Let's not get
Okay.
twisted. You didn't read it. You hem-hawed and bullshitted your way through it, and you mocked it the entire
Did
way.
I
Would you
not
agree
read,
with that? Would you agree with that? Did you not do that?
sir? Did I or did I not read every word that was there?
Yeah. Did you not mock everything on that page, though?
I did, because it was pissing in the face of our sponsor, who's been sponsoring the show for 3 years.
It wasn't pissing in the face of anything. There's never been a
Absolutely
precedent set before for someone
All
doing
right.
that. So, I
Well,
mean, now.
we set a precedent, and a friend of the program, Peg and Megan, he bought a one-time reading at the rate that Dennis Wilson pays for the show, and he sent me a script, and I told him, okay, I will read it. I got the script just before the show started. I have not looked at it yet, but jackpot, I'm going to read this script that is directly from Peg and Megan, who paid for this, just like Dennis Wilson paid for it. I'm going to read it to you right now. Are you ready, sir?
I was born ready.
Are you sure you're ready for this? All right, here we go. Get the good pipes going here. It sucks to be a tater. In fact, the only thing worse is being a Gamecock. After 2 full seasons of inexcusable coaching blunders, it appears the only thing Beamer hasn't fucked up was that gay 80s sitcom parody. For every fluke win, there are 3 embarrassing losses. Beamer has landed a grand total of 1 5-star recruit who happens to be illiterate, Dickless Harbor. This kid literally can't spell his own name. There's no Y in Dick. From an albino QB who has an ego the size of Don Staley's balls to players calling out their own fans on social media, this program is warm, green, dookie. Over 30 years in the SEC and 0 conference titles, the Cucks are still clinging to an ACC trophy that's older than Billy Cole. In fact, the Gamecocks trophy case is as empty as Darius Rucker's fan club since he went country. Coaching incompetence, lack of depth, and a brutal schedule will equal yet another losing season for the Cucks. It sucks to be a Gamecock. That directly from our good buddy, Peg and Megan. And just so you know that I'm not bullshitting, there it is right there, straight from the email. I read it.
All right.
No. Sir, he paid for that, and I have taken care of the gentleman that sent us the money. I read exactly what he sent us, sir. So I'm sorry that there's nothing positive you can say about the South Carolina program. You've even got Georgia fans mocking you. Do you have any Gamecock fans?
I take a little bit of offense to that.
Sure.
Because he was supposed to read something to say things to make you squirm, and we didn't get that tonight, so I'm a little bit upset.
He sent us the script and told me to read it, and he sent the big fat PayPal with it, and I read it. So I've done exactly what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry if it hurts Gamecock feelings, but the man sent us money. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. It doesn't hurt my feelings none.
It should hurt your feelings because everything he said there was an absolute crystal clear.
Okay, well,
Thank you, Peg and Megan. Thank you for supporting the show, sir.
Okay, well, maybe we'll see another 2017 again this year. It's about time for them to do the bed. We've won the national championship 2 years in a row. So we're talking about the schedule's weak this year. The schedule's so weak. Georgia. You get the easiest schedule in the country. Yeah, we'll see about that. I ain't going undefeated.
Baylor man says that was genius, Peg and Megan.
Get kicked in the dick.
Good point, sir. Harry Legg says Peg and Megan hit a grand slam. Oh, that's just
whatever. It was steroid fueled like Sammy Sosa's.
I didn't write it. He wrote it himself, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
That was trash.
That was not trash. All right. You want to bring Colby into the program?
Absolutely.
Let's see what Colby has. Colby, welcome to the show.
Hey, y'all. Hey, Jackpot. It was cool to meet you at Owla Ponds.
You too, my friend.
Loved your outfit.
Yeah, I didn't keep it on for long. I had to switch to that sexy jackpot number 7 T-shirt that young man got for me. But yeah,
Hey, and you look good. You look good. Hey, but if the Clemson fans want to just
son,
like
I look good in the burlap sack. But thank you.
you're damn right you do. But hey, if Clemson fans want to laugh at you, just point at the scoreboard. That's all you have to do. But anyway,
I
I
do
want
that
to
all the time, but they're still illiterate. And
Does it ever make you like laugh? Does it ever make you laugh about that scoreboard from last year, Jackpot? They talk all that trash and they just fucking lost.
Yeah, it does. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you watch that game, and I don't know if you did or not,
Yes, sir.
but South Carolina, I mean, Clemson sits here and beats that tater drum all day long. So we gave that game away, and we stopped running the ball, and DJ Ukulele and Dabo and the special teams and the fumbles and this and that and the other. If you watch that game, South Carolina really didn't play very well. We threw a pick 6, gave up a safety, turned the ball over at like the 1 foot line. It wasn't like no stellar showing, okay? And still went into their own house and skull drug them. How's that happen?
See, I don't think Clemson fans. Hey,
Colby,
hey, Rob, hold on.
First of all, sir, 1 point is not a skull drugging.
Second of all, it is. Well, you know what? 21 points was a blowout.
Sir, in the past 5 years,
21 points was a blowout when they got outgained and outcoached.
I can't even.
A terrible team.
See, this is the thing, sir, Jack. Hey, Jackpot. This is the thing. Like, he doesn't want to talk about it if you don't agree.
Look, hey, no, I'll be happy to talk about it, you simpleton. We lost.
Will you just put your hand up like a
I've
fruity
actually
pebble and just say, I don't want
I've actually talked about it, and I've said losing to South Carolina at Clemson is like losing to Vanderbilt or Western Carolina.
He's getting mad, boys. He's getting mad.
No, I'm just being, you know what? I'm being honest.
Well, y'all know about losing to Vanderbilt because you've lost to them more.
You guys,
you
haven't played them since 1964.
You've done the same thing with Kentucky as well.
We haven't played them since 1964. You have a losing record.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
you want to talk about that? You lost to the Augusta YMCA. You have a losing record to them. You want to go down that road?
You got a losing record to Vandy.
Football when you're a horrible program.
I think I played for the Augusta YMCA team at that time too.
Huh?
I played for that team. I played for that Augusta YMCA.
It was in 1908. So
me and Jackpot both whooped your ass.
I doubt you played there.
No, Rob. Hey, Rob and Kale. Hey.
Yeah, the Augusta YMCA, they shot basketball in peach baskets and wore jock straps made out of leather. But
yeah, our pants were hanging like to our ankles too. But hey, are y'all coming to the Slav softball game? Hey, Rob. I know you're on the phone with your hand right now, but are you gonna come over there?
I don't go to clan meetings, sir. I was told it was like near a clan meeting. I don't want to do that.
A clan meeting?
That's what
are you talking about?
Didn't Sir Ugga say it was near like a clan meeting or some shit a couple weeks ago? Maybe I missed out. Maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, I think you did. So I guess that's a hard no for you.
I mean, I don't go to clan meetings, so...
No, it's not a clan meeting. I mean, how far away is Athens from you, Rob?
No, explain to me exactly what it is, because I don't even know.
I mean, we just go out there, we play a softball game, and eat some barbecue.
Where is it at?
Sounds like fun.
It's in Athens.
Oh, God. Got to go to Athens? Ugh.
Just wondering, just handing out an invite, because I love to meet you, Rob, because... Senor 6383.
Well, if I played, if I want to play and I want to pitch.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. We got a pitcher.
Well, I don't want to. I'm not going to come sit on the bench. I want to come and play.
Well, I don't know if you're physically able to play. You might.
Sir, you have no clue what physically I can do.
Okay. Tell me about it. What can you physically do?
Out there.
He's a career pinch hitter.
Career pinch hitter.
He'll be the Darrell Evans of the softball team.
The last softball league I played in,
he's the utility guy who's been shooting around like he's the Lonnie Smith of church softball.
All right, Rob. So
That's
show
fine.
up if you're talking all that shit. If you're Aaron Judge, come on.
I'm not Aaron Judge. I pitch and I
No, I
play
ain't no
defense.
Aaron Judge, buddy.
No, I've hit home runs though in the last league we played in the media league I played in.
Oh, so you're
Oh,
not
my-
just pitchers. You can hit home runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think I hit 2 homers in the media league. I think I hit like I didn't. I mean, I hit singles and doubles, but I had 2 that I clocked. So
I hear you. Well, I just want to pick y'all's brains. Love the show, boys.
well,
I'm kind of like the Gary Carter of church softball.
I thought you were more of like
More
Sid
the Montreal Expos version than the New York Mets version, but
I thought you were Sid Bream.
no, more like Mike LaValliere.
Mike
Spanky.
Oh, okay.
All right.
The
Thanks,
catcher.
Carolina Jackpot and Aaron Judge. Talk to y'all next time.
Judge. Appreciate it, buddy. All right, Jackpot. I guess they want us to play softball with them. Okay. I don't know about all that. We'll see.
Let me get up here. Twisted Rooster wants to know how much will it cost him to write one for the show next week.
Same price that Peg and Megan paid.
He played $100.
There you go.
Rooster man, I know you can afford. That's a drop in the bucket to you. I mean, this man shuts out green, so yeah. To him, $100 is like 50 cents to you or I, Rob. So,
Okay.
I expect him to come through with that pretty quick.
We had a topic we wanted to get into. This was actually sent to us by from Chris in Georgia. He said this to us on Twitter today, and I thought we'd get it because, like, look, we could talk about conference expansion and all that, but we don't fucking know what's going to happen. I mean, that's pretty much fair, right?
I mean, this is just a total shit show. As far as I'm concerned, the realignment, the conference expansion, the ACC is gonna blow up. We're gonna have the Fabulous Five or whatever, Fabulous Seven, whatever.
The Magnificent Seven, sir.
No, that's not gonna happen, man. I can't. None of that's gonna happen.
All right. Well, we're gonna put
I
the
don't
link
believe it till I see
show
it.
here. If Clemson plays in the SEC East, they only have to get up for 1 game a year, and that's Georgia. In a regular season, when games matter, they'll be just.
What about the team you lost to last year? You lost. You were 0 for 2 against the SEC East last year. How does that make you
Haley's
feel?
Comet? Well, it's Haley's Comet with you guys.
You were 0-2 against the SEC East and 0-1 against the
years
Independent.
where they beat Virginia Tech. It happens.
What's that?
Virginia had a year where they beat Virginia Tech after losing like 16 in a row to them. So, I mean,
Virginia was on the come up until they hired that fucker from Clemson. That's what set your program back.
Let me make sure I understand where you're coming from here. They had him for 1 season. They had players get shot and die, and it's his fault.
Okay. I'm not making fun of that, but I mean, before that, they blew ass before that.
He had 1 season, sir. 1 season.
Yeah, terrible season.
Yeah, okay.
He ain't no good. He ain't no good. Dude, that offense up there fell apart when Fat Brad's son left and went to South Florida, and he was hanging on by a damn thread. We all knew who was running that old thing of lying.
Yeah, I mean,
y'all tried to get him back this year, and he told you no. So you go out and hire damn
Alabama.
This kid's name is the East Carolina running back coach, Kansas assistant, and Barrett Briley or whatever's down name. Yeah, I think he's got a famous brother somewhere. Maybe supposed to be the next best thing. We'll see.
So that offense that he coordinated that lit Alabama up for 44 points. And lit you guys up too. That doesn't matter. I mean, he didn't coordinate that, right?
Yes, that was Jeff Scott. That would be Jeff Scott too. We're talking about.
Oh, okay. They were co-offensive coordinators. I know that's hard for you to understand.
Yeah, co means Jeff did the work and Tony sat there. Apparently not. He apparently didn't soak up very much or whatever.
Jeff Scott didn't call plays. Jeff Scott didn't call plays. But anyway, we don't have to talk about that because I know that hurts. Because if you really want to talk about that, we could talk about how you got lit up.
I mean, I'm not trashing Jeff. This is not a Jeff Scott trashing session here. I admire what he's done and did a great job.
You
Not
should-
so good as a head
admire what
coach,
he's
but
done.
you know
what?
I mean,
If your university was worth a shit, they would have kept Brad Scott. Brad Scott was a good coach. Took you to your first bowl win. Took you to your first bowl win.
Yeah, I did that with Sparky Woods
There you go.
players. Congratulations.
Well,
Congratulations.
Sparky Woods couldn't
fucked.
do anything.
Sparky
Sparky
got
Woods
fucked.
couldn't do anything.
Sparky got fucked.
See, brother,
Yeah,
have
he did.
Sparky.
Wait, he
you
had
had
a winning,
Sparky Woods
had a
and Brad
winning
Scott?
season the year they fired him.
How many bowl wins at South Carolina did Sparky Woods have?
Well, he would have won 2 if they had went in 1990. They had a winning record, and they declined to go to a bowl because it was going to interfere with exams. And in 1993, they finished up 6-5.
Sure.
And well, I mean, they didn't get to go because I don't know why.
It's a simple question. How many bowl wins did he have?
None.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
TriStar joins the program. Let's see what
Well,
TriStar
hard
has.
to get in bowls back then too.
Yeah. TriStar, what do you got?
Oh, not much. It's fun to hear you two argue like an old married couple.
Hey, I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but there's a YouTube video out there, and if you just put in your Google machine or your YouTube search machine, old people fighting, there's like this old man and woman. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and she tells him, he tells her, you something about the damn remote. She said, I don't care about that. And then all of a sudden they got to fighting about, if I had a gun, I'd shoot you. And I'd say,
the old
this
couple.
is my land right here. My name's
Well,
on
last
the
time I
street of the
checked,
house.
it has mine and yours.
Yeah, it says it's mine and yours. Well, mine's first.
Dumb son of a bitch. That sounds like my mama and papa arguing right there.
Yeah, I know they were from somewhere up there in the volunteer state. But anyway, what you got for the show tonight, Si?
Oh, nothing much. I'm hearing you two arguing about offense and all stuff, and him talking about the offensive coordinator that put up 44 on Alabama. Well, Josh Heupel just put up 52. So yeah.
Sir, do you think that the defense for Alabama was better last year or the defense that Clemson faced? I'll wait.
I mean, again, this
No,
was
just answer. No, see, here's the problem.
This
When I
was
put out
10 years
like
ago,
that, and I
sir.
ask you to answer a question, no one answers it, and it wasn't 10 years ago.
Okay.
It's
Hold
absolutely
on
not
now.
true.
So
5 years ago.
you say
5 years is not 10 years.
So basically, hold on now. So basically, when you say
Answer
that, yeah,
the
we put up
question,
40. Hold on.
Answer the question,
yes, their
son.
defense was
The defense was much better. Of the
Jesus
11
Christ.
players that were on Alabama's defense, all of them got fucking drafted. Continue.
And yes, in 2018, they were better. Yes, I'm not going to deny that. But
Okay, then we're comparing apples to kumquats then.
But again, why didn't you keep
40
him?
with Josh Heupel? It was against a much worse defense, but we put up 40.
Rob, are you still butthurt over that damn orange?
No, I'm not butthurt over anything. You just run your mouth and you expect people just to sit here and just buy your bullshit. And then
TriStar, I don't know if you're aware of it or not.
Back and you go
I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but Clemson had more yards than y'all did in that game. We celebrated getting more yards than Clemson in 2018 when they beat us by 21, and they told us that they blew us out. And they showed up. They were making fun of us and giving us memes that said bunch of yards.
Well, here's the thing, too, Tater Man, you have to realize, because you guys are probably about to join the SEC, and you guys did see where they are trying to make a rule where if
Sir, you don't know that for
Yes.
sure. You're spitting out nonsense. No one knows if Clemson's joining the SEC or not. They may go to another conference. If they go to the SEC and they play in the East, they'll be in contention for it every year. The East will be who wins between Clemson and Georgia. The rest of the teams in that division are garbage.
Now hold on now. So basically, what I was going to say before you can hold on, Jesus. So basically, as I was trying to say, because you guys have that weird little tradition over there where y'all storm the field every time you play a fucking home game. Mr.
Yeah.
Oh, I beat the Paul. We ain't storming the field. Anyways,
Yeah.
they're trying to make a rule now
What does that
because
have to
of
do with
last year. They're trying to make a rule where you cannot storm the field or you lose a home game. And if that's the case, Clemson will never play at Death Valley ever again if y'all join the SEC. So y'all might want to think about that little tradition y'all do.
Yeah, you're
There's
gonna have to get some get right about yourself if you're gonna
there's
come join this
there's
conference.
no proof that Clemson's joining the conference, sir. No proof of that at all.
Well, I just know one thing. And when y'all join the
There's also
SEC,
talk
y'all
about
will be
joining the Big
mid,
10.
sir. Y'all will be mid.
We will play. We will have one game a year that matters, and that's the Georgia game in the division. That's it.
Dude,
have to play
I hope
Alabama,
and pray
then
to
it'll be
God. I
Alabama.
hope and pray to God
Oh my
that
God.
Tennessee gets to come down there to that shithole of a stadium called Death Valley, the fake one.
Sure.
And I hope we get to come down there, and I hope we get to beat the teetotal shit out of the. Because
Well, sir, your connection sucks. You got to go. I mean, he's bumping in and out, and it sounds like hot dog water. Let me finish his thought for him. You don't want to deal with that when it's a game that actually matters. Tennessee's not that good. You also have to deal with the fact that you're the most cheating program in the conference in the past 20 years, and you're probably going to be sanctioned to the end of time. But hey, thanks for joining the show. Vic Tube's up next. What you got, Vic Tube?
It must be that of the Tennessee internet, right?
Yeah, Tennessee
But
internet.
anyway, so I know that that Colby told y'all about the softball game, but he didn't even tell y'all when it is. So just want to let y'all know it's going to be on a Saturday, July 22nd. So in Statham, Georgia, which is near Athens.
Oh, man, dude, it's going to be hotter than Satan's balls on July the 22nd. Damn.
So you want to play softball in Georgia on July 22nd?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I'm not going to play.
The only thing I'm going to do, I'll go play golf with the wife.
Right. Why don't we just go low crawl through some ditches down there while we're at it? And
yeah, why don't we?
Okay, but
I played
run the stadium steps, everything else. Good gracious.
We didn't miss many days of golf last year in July, did we, dear? No. Played a shit ton of golf, but you know, I don't know about playing softball.
So anyway, so I do have something.
Hey, will it be like a Georgia game? If one team starts losing, the other one's going to throw batteries at them? Is that how that's going to work?
No.
No? Okay.
No. Well, I do actually have something college football to talk about. So I want to talk about what y'all think about us getting we got Dylan Raiola, who's not just a 5-star, not just the number one quarterback, but also the number one overall recruit. Now we're gonna be signing the number one class, and we're building the dog dynasty, and the rest of y'all are good. So
here, let me my thing on that, and I want to get Jackpot's thoughts on this too. When it comes to if you're a top rated quarterback, I mean, you want to go to Georgia because there's a lot of good things about going there. You're going to play behind offensive linemen. They're going to get drafted. You're going to have some big receivers. You're going to have, world-class tight ends. You're going to be a tough physical team. So I can understand that. But then I look at the 2 5-star guys that are there who could not see the field over a guy that spent 7 years in college, I'm told, and couldn't get his degree and was 5'6".
Right. Well, 5 foot.
I'm just saying he's a hell of a guy. He's a hell of a player. But if I'm a 5-star guy, I'm looking at that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, I mean, he's taller. He's taller than Bryce Young. So
I'm just saying, when you look at what Stetson Bennett did, he won 2 national titles. That proves that Georgia doesn't really need the 5-star quarterback. I mean, you really don't. You've already proven it.
No, I guess not really. But I mean, it's like next year. Yeah, if nobody transfers, we're gonna have 3 5-star quarterbacks on the roster. So I guess.
First of all, Gunnar Stockton's not a 5-star; he's a 4-star, and Yeah, Rob was asking me about him. If he hits the transfer portal, would we like to have him back in Columbia? I mean, yeah, I mean he'd make a good backup, I think, for Lenora Sellers, who appears to be the quarterback incumbent after Spencer Rattler, who Peg and Megan dubbed as the loudmouthed albino or whatever it was, graduates the program with honors. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably take him. He decommitted a couple of years ago, but he was young. He was trying to follow Mike Bobo around to Auburn, and then what was it, Rob? He left because Mike Bobo left, right?
Right.
Is that what happened?
It's basically Mike Bobo recruited him, and he followed him to go to wherever, and then he left.
He was slobbing on that Bobo knob. Right. And then Mike Bobo went to Auburn. He was like, I ain't going to that shithole. So he went to Georgia instead, made a detour, stopped off in Athens instead of heading down to Auburn.
Yeah, now we've got Bobo back home. So, yeah.
Bulldog JC, now he is not a 5-star, sir. Go look at 24/7 Sports, 4-star.
Aw.
All the way, 4
Shame.
stars.
Shame. Yeah.
He's a bench rider. I mean, whatever he is, it don't matter. No matter if he's a 10-star. He doesn't see the field.
Has he seen the field yet?
No.
Nope. No, I
practice. He's basically Rudy with talent.
No, I don't believe that he has played a snap yet. So.
No, he hasn't.
I think he will. I think he will this year, but.
Is it true that the softball field will smell like Axe body spray and Pabst Blue Ribbon beer?
No.
Sent us that.
No.
God damn it.
Nothing is wrong with either of those things, by the way.
SEC dog with a bright comment. Bobo has a lot to prove, Vic Team. I'm not a fan of him. Great quarterback coach, and that is it. Woof.
Oh, I see, but yeah.
Yeah, there's that. What else you got there, Vic Tube?
Nothing. I think that's it. So.
All right. Well, appreciate you joining the program, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jackpot, you want to go over some of these coaches' rankings really quick here? 247 Sports put these out there, and I'll read some of them to you really quick here. We can go from there. How's that sound?
Sure. Billy Cole says his Utz make protein bars. Not to my knowledge. No. Nothing but chips. So
they ranked the coaches in the top 25 order, the best coaches in the country. Big Barney Ross says if she has crabs, make sure she wears fishnet stockings. Damn it, Big Barney Ross.
Yeah.
Big Barney Ross also has a new bourbon review. Go and check that out, robandkaleshow.com. All right, number 25 on the
go good with my milk bone underwear.
Number 25 on the list is NC State. I'm just going to read. I'll read the ACC and SEC teams here, Jackpot. 22 is North Carolina with Mac Brown. Texas A&M with Jimbo Fisher is at number 20. Mike Norvell with Florida State's 19. Mark Stoops from Kentucky is at 18. Josh Heupel from Tennessee is at 16. Dave Clawson from Wake Forest is at 15. Lane Kiffin checks in at 14.
Well, let me ask you this. And I'm not a fan of either one. How do we rate Josh Heupel above Jimbo Fisher, who has, number one, won a national title, number two, been to the playoffs and won a conference championship twice. Granted, the body of work lately hasn't been very good, but still, please continue. I'm interested with this.
Let's see here. SEC team. The next one is LSU with Brian Kelly at number 6. Dabo Sweeney with Clemson at number 3, Kirby Smart with Georgia at number 2, and Nick Saban at number 1. Yeah, so they only did the Power 5 coaches, so that's interesting too.
Okay, they got Dabo ranked at number 3, but I would think, being ranked that high, and this is through 2022, I suppose, is not only building up your dynasty, building up your your brand or whatever, but being able to sustain it. In the past 2 years, I mean, he's kind of shown that he can't really sustain it. So, number 3. And Jim Harbaugh, this guy's been, we've been playoffs 2 years in a row. Okay.
Harbaugh's at number 5.
Yeah.
I would put like Lincoln Riley's at number 4. That's the one that stuck out to me. He's the 4th best coach in the country at Southern Cal. I think Brian Kelly is a better coach than he is.
Well, I don't, I kind of have an issue with that. I mean, he's a great offensive mind, no doubt. But I don't really think that he values the defensive side of the game too much. He hasn't really shown that a lot at anywhere he's been. So how can we put him up there? How can we rank you at number 5 or number 4 just based on offensive acumen alone?
Sure.
How many times has he been to the playoffs?
Lincoln Riley?
Well, yeah, he has. Never mind.
Yeah, he's been to the playoffs. Yeah.
How many times has he won a game in the playoffs? You've been really close? No.
No, he had Kyler Murray that one year, and they came out and they blessed their hearts against.
Well, they had the shootout game with Georgia that one time, and then what they do? They did they played in a few years ago, and he got embarrassed. No defense. Doesn't value the defensive side of the football or that game. Not a number 4 coach to me.
All right, let's get Andy into the program. Hello, Andy. How are you?
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you?
Good.
What you got, man? Go ahead.
And
Andy?
you hear me?
Yeah, it's like your microphone died there for a second, buddy. What you got?
Sorry. So Uncle Lou was just a caller had called his show and was asking about the Gamecocks and asking if he thought they could ever compete for a national championship, and he said no. And I was just wondering what your thoughts were on that. I didn't understand that.
Obviously he knows everything, right?
Yeah,
So my opinion on that is that the hardest thing to get when it comes to being on that national level is the funding that's there. And I think that South Carolina has the funding, being that they're going to have SEC money behind them. And even though they've been a dog shit program forever, the school wants to be a good football program, and they're willing to put the money behind it. As you can see with a lot of the stuff that they've done with the stadium and lots of other things, and with the assistant coaching pool and paying more money for assistants and everything else. So they care about football there. It's not like Boston College where the majority of the fans show up in Tom Brady jerseys and, are hoping for $2 hot dogs at the half. No, they have a passionate fan base. They have the money. The third part is getting a coach that can get you there. And, Shane Beamer's been there 2 years. Are they playing at a level where they're on a national championship level yet? No, but there's an aura of positivity around the program where it may take years to get there, but the idea that they'll never do it, I think, is kind of far-fetched, in my opinion.
I don't know about years.
They've got the money, they've got the fan base. They just need some things to fall their way. Now, will they ever do it? I don't know, but to say that they never will, it's kind of far-fetched.
Yeah, I mean, we could have probably said 5 years ago, would you have thought it was probably a pretty safe bet to say TCU will never play in the national championship game?
Well, if you would have told me 10 years ago Clemson would have 2 national titles in 5 years, I would have laughed at you.
Well, I would have thought that if they did, it would be in baseball, since they had stitched Omaha on the back of their hats. But
yeah,
Well, I just grew up there in the upstate, and Clemson's made it. They've won national championships. I don't understand why he would think that South Carolina could never do it with the right coaching and getting enough depth in there with recruiting and.
Sure. Yeah, I just think it's going to take a bit. That's all. I really do.
Yep.
Anyway, I was just wondering what y'all's opinion was on that. I enjoy y'all's show. It's been great, and I've been listening to y'all a couple of years. So keep up the good work, and I'll let you go with that. I was just wondering what y'all's feedback would be on that.
Appreciate
y'all have
it.
a good night.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good night.
Rob, over
Jack-
in the chat section, people have been firing off about this one. Apparently, superstar Billy Graham passed away today.
The superstar Billy Graham. Yeah.
There's been like a long list of people, and Jimmy Carter is one of the people that's on it. And if he hadn't done some wrestling shoot interviews lately, he'd be on it too. And I'm not trying to be ugly when I'm saying this, that people that are alive that you probably would have thought were not alive anymore. And superstar Billy Graham was probably on that list. Dude, he was in bad shape back in the late 1980s. If you remember, he had like 2 knee surgeries, and he was in a wheelchair, and he looked really bad. So the fact that he's made it this long is like, congratulations to him for making as long as he did. He was very flamboyant, very colorful. He was the original power with 24-inch pythons, baby.
Yeah, he had the
not only Dusty Rhodes, also won Hulk Hogan and Jesse the Body Ventura patterned their game after Superstar Billy. Were you a big fan of the Superstar Billy that came to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling in the mid-1980s and joined the Paul Jones Army and wore the Kung Fu gimmick? You remember that?
I do. My thing was like I'm a wrestling fan, but I like all the heels. I don't like any of the baby faces, so I'm kind of.
And then he turned on Paul Jones's army, and he joined up with Boogie Woogie Man Jimmy Valiant, and that music hit, and that some Jimi Hendrix shit hits, and then here comes Superstar out, and gone is the Kung Fu outfit, and back he's got his earrings back, he's dyed his mustache blonde, he's got his damn tie-dye shit on, little feathers hanging out here, and the little tie-dyed bandana. He was all about it, man. He was all about it.
All right, I'm going to put the link in there for the show if you want to join the show one more time. Jackpot, with the list that we put out there, were you upset that Shane Beamer was not in the top 25?
Well, he was actually number 41. Kind of think that's a little bit of a sleight of hand. And that was apparently, from what I understand, from Chris in Georgia, who knows a lot about the game of Hut. Said that was a panel of 27 CBS people who came up with that, and it was pretty much across the board. Number 41, I think Shane may have rubbed some of the media members the wrong way, and that's why he's ranked so low. Number 8 recruiting class, but yet we're the number 41 coach. We've exceeded expectations 2 years in a row. Destroyed the Vegas win total 2 years in a row. That seems kind of a backhanded type jab to me. Don't really like it.
Breaking news before Baylor Man joins us here. Oscar Mayer's Wienermobile is getting a new name. It's no longer going to be the Wienermobile. It's going to be the Frankmobile. What in the fuck is going on with Oscar Mayer? Got to change the name of the Wienermobile. All right. Baylor Man, what's up?
They ought to change the name to just the Penis Mobile. I mean, let's just be honest. Anyway, what's going on?
Schlong Mobile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you got for the program, sir?
Well, just like our boy superstar Billy Graham would say, may he rest in peace. Out here with he would say that he was out here with the cacti in the desert, 180 degrees in the shade, and he was talking smack about the American dream, Dusty Rhodes when they were feuding.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah. Good memories. But I'm just looking forward to the season. We've only got 98 days till the first slate of games comes on. And
can I read something here? Joe Higashi Legit Leg Kicks says, remember, Chad, if South Carolina wins or loses by less than 3 touchdowns to Alabama, Jackpot has to get an atomic wedgie on his live. He wins, he gets a bottle of booze. Jackpot, are you making bets where you're going to get a wedgie?
I don't. He's posted this like 3 times in there.
That's why I brought it up.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I mean, is there a scheduled matchup between the Gamecocks and Alabama that I'm not aware of?
I think you played Georgia though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But wow, that's a legit leg kick. But anyway, just getting ready for the season, even though my team, I'm sure, is going to be terrible again. Of course, I support my team through and through, even though I just being honest and even being a fan, I just don't think we're going to be that good. We're going to be fortunate to get to 6-6. But
you got Dave Aranda, and he's exceeded expectations the past 2.
He has, but it's just some of the certain folks it's
like when he was the DC over at LSU, and I don't mean to cut you off. A lot of people were clamoring for his services as a head coach, and I'm like, what the shit is this about? What's so great about this guy? Well, I mean, it turns out he's done a pretty dang good job. I mean, I got proven wrong for once, at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's just when there's other certain staff, the offensive coordinator in particular, that the philosophy's outdated by like 60 years. You don't just win games by running up the middle all the time and getting on predictable third down situations. Everybody knows what you're going to do. So I don't know. It's just me venting as a Baylor man. Frustrations about my team. I know y'all can't really relate.
Shit. Thank you, Baylor man, for joining the show, sir.
Of course, as always. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good night. Hey, Jackpot, have you noticed the stuff that's – I think we talked about it a little bit, but, man, they're starting to beat the drum about Drake May at North Carolina and how his step-out game is going to be in Charlotte. What a load of shit.
Well, I mean, he apparently turned some heads in 2022 with his performance of everybody's, jumping on the back of his train like this. So should he have maybe already had a step out game by now? I mean, I really see how he's going to do that in Charlotte against the Gamecocks in what's basically going to be a road game for him, facing, a legit defensive line, complete with transfer portal signee Mr. Gear from Syracuse, and he's gonna have a tough time of it. He really is. Probably running for his life. I expect him to be eating shit sandwiches most of the afternoon, and he's probably going to go back to Chapel Hill, the spoiled, battered, and bruised little boy.
Well, look, I think that it's also fair to say that the North Carolina defense was one of the worst in the country last year. I mean,
was their run defense as bad as South Carolina's?
Why don't you go and ask App State, who ran all over them too? I mean, they got ran over by everybody. So I think that, and I don't know what your, what do you call your offense? Billy Bob, whatever the hell his name is.
Rudy Bob.
Rudy Bob, whatever the hell his name is, he goes out there and just hands the ball off to some folks. You should be able to control the clock for that game and keep May on the sideline. So I don't know.
Some folks, we're talking about some folks that he's going to hand the ball off to. Let's bring that up. South Carolina did a video on this yesterday. They whiff on Demontre Kamasutra from North Carolina State. They also whiff on
his name is Demontre Kamasutra.
I don't know, sir, what his name is. It's something extremely ethnic and something I can't pronounce. So we'll just go with that. He's from New Jersey, and he played for NC State. And they whiff on Logan Diggs, the Notre Dame transfer portal candidate who goes to LSU to play for Brian Kelly. I guess he wants to be part of the family. Yeah, whatever. I mean, good luck to you. Yeah, hell, I mean, you got recruited by Brian Kelly to play at Notre Dame out of the state of Louisiana. When Brian Kelly left and went to LSU at the beginning of the last year, I mean, you could have went with Brian Kelly then, and why didn't you just leave then? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So he comes to South Carolina and he fucks around and flirts with Shane Beamer, and then he leaves us high and dry. And then this other clown goes to Kentucky, who's already signed another running back. So they've got two guys that were Power 5 running backs last year, and we have one Power 5 running back from last year on our squad who's like the size of a midget.
Well,
this is what I was talking about in my video. And I mean, do you agree with this? I mean, would you agree with this? I think that the running back coach is an issue. I think that some of these kids don't want to play for this Montario Hardesty. And before you say it, I'm not hating on him because he's an ex-Tennessee Vol. That's not it. I mean, something is amiss there. Something is afoot that smells bad in Columbia as far as running back game. And it's not just losing these guys, not being able to sign. It's not just the Marshawn Lloyd transfer. I mean, look at the shitty stats from the past 2 years. Look at the 3.9 yards per carry in 2020 and 2021. In 2021, some of that being by Kevin Harris, the guy who led the conference in rushing in 2020. So something ain't adding up, bruh. Something ain't adding up.
It could be that your offensive line has not been very good too. Could be that.
Well, I mean, that was the same offensive line in 2020 that paved the way for Kevin Harris to lead the SEC in rushing. So you tell me that's the same offensive line that allowed Spencer Rattler to throw for over 300 yards against Tennessee, against Clemson, against all these teams, supposedly legitimate defenses, and they could pass block. I mean, they can't run block too. I don't know.
The running back room at South Carolina is, and maybe Harbor is going to come in and play some running. Who knows? Maybe you're going to have a setup where you're going to get the guy you move from quarterback over there. Maybe he'll take some snaps, and
his name is DeCarrion Joyner. Has been with the program for 5 years.
Right.
Don't act like you don't know what his name is.
I do know what his name is. It's slipped my mind.
Sometimes the guy that. Pronouns, pal.
Fair enough. Well, look, I think that we could run just about anybody back there against North Carolina, and they're going to get some yards. So I don't think it matters. The North Carolina defense, it's not like they got anybody new that's coming on that defense that's going to be, rock solid and is going to lead them to anything.
Who's their defense coordinator? Is it still Gene Chizik?
Still think it's Gene Chizik. I don't pay enough attention, but man, they were terrible last year. Terrible.
They don't care. I mean, it's like Matt Brown is like a 90-year-old Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, he is old. We'll give you that. But anyway, yeah, that looking back at that though, it's like I would be stunned if South Carolina didn't win that game against North Carolina simply because of how crummy that North Carolina defense is. I really think South Carolina.
It's always got to be. I mean, it's always got to be something right. I mean, it can't just be South Carolina was just a better team that day. It's always got to be, well, Clemson had some special teams blunders. Dabo did this. North Carolina had a shitty defense.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Can't just ever give us some kind of, encouraging something or other.
Okay.
It's always got to be what they didn't do. It can never be what we did right.
I mean, I learned from the best with that. When your team lost 56-7 to Clemson, you were like, it was nothing that they did, other than they did.
Well, it wasn't. I mean, we didn't show up. I mean, that was just it didn't get off the bus.
Here's the thing. I think Spencer Rattler's a better quarterback than Drake May. How's that sound? And I think the South Carolina offense is going to be better than the North Carolina offense.
Definitely better looking.
And I think they're going to win because of it. So there you go. Is that stroking the Gamecock ego enough, sir?
That's stroking something, and I do appreciate it. I'm digging it.
There you go. Well, there you go. I'd be shocked if South Carolina lost that game. Really, really would. All right. Final call here for folks to get in the program. There's a link.
I think Joe Gashi, the leg kicks, needs to click the link and get on there and chat with you and I, and instead of typing nonsense over here in the comment section.
I don't think he can string words together. I think that would be terrible. like Arkansas man calling up, Rob, why don't you like Arkansas?
Somebody did that.
You remember Arkansas man call up and bitching about Arkansas?
Oh, yes. That was last football season.
Or a Texas A&M fan that said,
"Oh God, he'll be back again."
Fuck you two! I know more about football than you. Fuck you too. Yeah, way to go, man.
I've missed him.
Well, he's in his 70s, so when he stops calling for a while, we're like, someone go check the obituaries. We worry about him. So if you are listening there, Texas A&M man,
do you think he's one of those boys that dresses with the overalls on and
no?
And
I think
it does the weird shit before the games.
No, he's in his 70s. He's one of those guys that's paying off one of the wide receivers and making sure that Bobby Petrino stays away from the volleyball players. That's what he's doing.
And those goofballs were out there. Yeah, remember they were doing their thing before the App State game. They're like, what is this? They're like, and it was like, whoa, what is a mountaineer? And I was like, when I saw that on Twitter or whatever, that I was like, and this was before the actual game. I was like, I wouldn't be talking shit if I was you, because I know what happens when you. Anyway, and then they lost.
Wait a minute! Look who wants to join the program, Jackpot.
Anyway,
right.
I lost.
Turn down your speaker, though, sir. So we don't...
join the program, Jackpot. Anyway, I lost. Turn down your speaker, though, sir.
How do I do this shit, boys?
All right. Well, he just muted himself, so. Yeah.
Turn down your radio.
Turn down whatever it is you're listening on there, buddy. We were concerned. Look, yeah, mute your mic for a second, and then I'll talk, and then when you want to talk, you can unmute it, and then we'll go from there. Okay. All right. So we were just concerned that we don't hear from you very often, and we wanted to make sure that you were still okay. That was our big thing, sir. Go ahead. Unmute your microphone. There you go.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me? I don't even know what I'm doing over here, y'all.
I hear you.
We can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, listen, I'm alive. I'm not quite 70 yet, but I'm alive. Maybe I'll get there. Hey, listen, I think Jackpot's team, South Carolina, there. They could be competing for the championship next year with the 12-team playoff. They may get into playoffs as soon as next year.
I like the sound of that.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, I'm glad you're checking in and you're not pushing up daisies, sir. So we appreciate it, and we hope that you join us throughout the season, man.
Hey, I'll try to figure out this internet shit where it ain't so vague next time.
All right, sir. Well, thank you for joining the program. You have a good day.
Cool.
Texas A&M fan joining the program. So there we go.
If you know the internet like I do, we know that it can definitely be vague.
Holy shit. Thank you, Virtual Kale. Holy shit with all that. All right, Jackpot. Well, you have anything else you want to get into there, Ziggy? Hello,
Yeah,
Ziggy.
boy. Look at this dog.
That's a spoiled ass dog.
He is. I wish we could give him his own little screen on here.
Well, we could. We could.
Well, the Rob, then Senor 6338, and then Ziggy.
I could tell you how to do it, but then you'd end up looking like Texas A&M fan.
What? That's gonna make me look old? What do you think?
No, it'll be. I'm just picking at you, Jackpot.
Right.
That'll be funny. Shout out to Peg and Megan for doing his bit tonight. We appreciate him. Do you have anything else you want to get into there, Jackpot, before we go?
No, it's been a great show tonight. I think that there's been a lot of interaction over there, and we appreciate it. Really do. Yeah, I mean, you got anything?
Nope, I'm good, man. We're getting ready to get into college baseball. As far as the tournament goes,
Well, I was about to say we've been in college baseball since February.
No, I mean as far as the tournament goes, what I'm trying to say is that there's talk that you could have 3 teams from the Palmetto State as hosts out of the 16 teams or the 16 host sites. South Carolina needs to get
doesn't deserve to host shit. They blow outs.
Well, they need to. For that to happen, I think South Carolina's going to have to win the series against Tennessee this weekend and win a couple of games against a couple of games in Hoover. Is it Hoover? Yeah, Hoover next week. So
I don't know. I mean, I know there have been injuries. I know this, but it's just has been very embarrassing. It really has.
Yeah. All right, Jackpot. We'll keep up on that, and we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later on.
All right, Gaggalari.